Mabuhay! Magandang gabi! Kumusta? Ako si Albine, broadcasting from Ohio, USA. Welcome to Learning with Albine. Magandang gabi if you are in America, or magandang umaga if you are in Asia. I will be waiting for your comments. Welcome! Tuloy po kayo. Are you new in this channel? If you are new in this channel, yes, once again, this is Albine. We want to learn Tagalog. I can help you learn Tagalog, or let us practice Tagalog together. Or if you are old viewer, old viewer, you've been following me for a while. Hello, kumusta? Yes, hi Kelly. Magandang gabi sa'yo. Yes, and hi Bruce, and hi Brandon. Is that you, Brandon? You're in Las Piñas. Magandang umaga sa'yo. Okay, and I like to tell you that Bruce is here next to me. I was telling you we have a guest student, and that's no other than Bruce Bodo. Say hi, Bruce. I said say hi, make sound, make noise.
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi ang sabi ni Bruce. Okay, and yeah, let me see. Bruce will be listening to me, and he can raise questions. And of course, if you have questions, feel free to comment down. Write down your questions. Okay, and this is continuing lesson, because we had lessons on mag and verbs. Actually, introduction, but we want to make it complete this time, and I hope we will finish this mag and verb series tonight. And yes, and I'm so excited because we want to answer our questions. Okay, how's my Bruce was not trying to direct me. He's being a student and a director as well. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, let me raise some questions to start this session. Let's start it with problem statement. Problem. First question: how to understand the nuance between and mag verbs? Second question: how do I use verbs in a sentence? And I think this is the last question for tonight. How do I use mag verbs in a sentence? Yes, and now before anything else, let us introduce our channel. Okay, there you go. And here we are. And of course, another screen transition. Let me change screen. Yes, so Kelly, Bruce is funny. It's nice that I have companion here in the physical setting. He's just next to me as a student and director as well. Okay, review. Let's make a review. Balik-aral. Balik-aral means review. So if you remember, if you were with me in the previous episode, what did you remember? That's my question. What did you remember? What did we talk about in the previous 2 episodes of this lesson? Let's see. Prefix mag expresses that the root word, which is a noun, is used to accomplish a task or to build something that the root word says. Example, bakod is the root word, mag-bakod. Another example, sapatos, mag-sapatos. So I hope you remember those root words and those verbs. Okay. And another point that we want to remember, prefix mag denotes an occupation, duty, responsibility, or interest. Example, turo, teaching. Magturo, it's a duty or occupation. Being a soldier, magsundalo. Yes, magsundalo. And what else? Magpangulo if you want to be a president. Okay. Next, prefix mag means to acquire something that the root word says. Acquire something, like for example, what? Asawa, mag-asawa. You want to acquire a spouse, mag-asawa. What else? Magnegosyo. So you want to acquire a business, magnegosyo. What else? And other more later we will have more verbs on this item. Okay. Next, let's remember prefix mag means to express something in your mind or something you feel. One very known example is mag-alala. Yes, mag-alala. Mag-isip is the example here. Okay. Next, prefix mag means to give something to others. To give something to others. Mag-alay, magbigay. What else? Magsilbi, to serve. Okay. Next. Okay. And yes, these are the root words that I introduced to you maybe last episode or the other past episode. Ulan for rain, and then baha for flood, tango for nod, isip, think, ibig, love. And so, yeah, now I've drawn some kind of possibility that mag or may be applied in this root word. Okay, take note that some root words doesn't apply mag, others don't apply Okay, others apply both mag and Yes. Let me see what Kelly said. Speaking of, is it common to say mag-Tagalog or mag-English? Kasi I wrote it in a tweet and Google translated. Magtatagalog ako to I shake. I shake. Magtatagalog. That is correct. Tama ka, Kelly. Mag-English, mag-Tagalog, mag-Ilocano. What else? Tama, yes, you are right on that. It's not it's mag, because you are going to use that thing. So if you want to use it, mag is the prefix, right? Mag. Yes, mag-internet. What else? Magsalita. I think so. Anyway, I think I answered your question. Okay, let's do next slide. Let's have more examples. Yes, there are 7 people watching. I appreciate you. Yes, feel free to ask questions. And I wish really that my content for today will be able to help you become fluent in Tagalog. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next, bakod is again another example. Bakod for fence. Yes, magbakod. And there's no such thing as bumakod. Maybe sometimes you will hear it, or sometimes I may be able to say it, but I'm going to give you sample sentences because nagbakod can have different meaning if you say bumakod. Okay, I think I have created sample sentences for this. Okay, next, harang means barricade. Do you follow my new root words, Bruce? Harang means barricade. So for now, remember the English term barricade. Bagsak means to bring down, but sometimes it can mean drop. Yes, I was introducing Bruce bagsak a while ago while we were eating. Okay, next, takas means escape. Okay, so take note, bakod, there is harang, both mag and are applicable on harang. So you would say magharang or humarang. Yes, and of course this column is about pautos or imperative, and the other one I gave you how to say it in past tense. Yes, past tense. nagharang or humarang. Okay. Bagsak, bring down, magbagsak or bumagsak, both are applicable, but there could be different meaning when you say magbagsak. It's different when you say bumagsak. Okay. Yeah. I think I will have example for this demonstration on how you would like to translate this kind of verb in a sentence. Next, takas means escape. So both and mag are applicable. Magtakas and tumakas. Okay, next. Okay, so now this is our first sentence example. Mga pangungusap. Pangungusap means sentence. Yes. Okay, let's have this for the word magbakod. Magbakod. May mga kambing ang kapitbahay natin. Magbakod na tayo. Take note of this translation, Bruce. Kambing for goat. Goat. So take note of keywords, especially noun. So you're talking about goat, kapitbahay for neighbor. Okay, of course natin is our. Now, magbakod is what I would like to help you understand how to use magbakod in a sentence. Magbakod na tayo. So you would want to build a fence because your neighbor suddenly had goats. So, right? Did you get this? What I mean by this? Our neighbor got goats. Let's build a fence. Okay. So, in Tagalog, you would say, may mga kambing ang kapitbahay natin. So, you want to protect your yard or your property against the goats. Yes. So, what do you want to do? Magbakod. Magbakod na tayo. So, that is one example on how we want to use magbakod in a sentence. Magbakod, when you say in English, build a fence. Build a fence. Okay. Next, parang kusang bumakod ang mga natumbang puno sa likod ng bahay namin. So, what does it mean in English? So, this time, you are talking about natumbang puno. Puno in English is trees, fallen trees. Natumbang puno. Fallen trees, yes. That helps according to Brandon. Okay, natumbang puno means fallen trees, and then became the fence in our backyard. So that is how you would like to say it in English. Those fallen trees became fence in our backyard. So with the use of bumakod, I think this is a good for the phrase became the fence. Did you follow this? Bumakod, when you say became the fence. In Tagalog, we say bumakod. Kusa means as if it got into that position by itself. That's what it means by kusa. It got there by itself. Kusang bumakod. It's difficult for you, Bruce, as beginners in Tagalog. It's okay if you don't understand kusa. Parang means it seems. Parang, yes. Bumakod. Okay, so that's the difference between magbakod and bumakod. So, magbakod, it's you as a person who would like to accomplish the activity. Whereas bumakod, it has become there suddenly. So, without knowing whether who did it or typhoon did it, storm did it, it doesn't matter. You can just say bumakod. Did you appreciate this, Bruce? And let's move on. Good? Yes. Okay. Next, let's demonstrate. I hope that my picture is clear. So you see this picture, on top, the topmost picture, it's the dog that's by the door. Okay. And then, yes, let's have another sentence for this. Our concern is humarang. Humarang ang aso doon sa pintuan. Now, I didn't have English translation. Okay, just listen to me. How do you want to say it in English? Humarang means barricade or block. Block the passageway or the doorway. In this case, the dog blocked humarang. Aso for dog. Doon, where? Doon is a pronoun. Where? In the doorway, pintuan. So, in this case, humarang ang aso. This is a dog. Are you looking at the picture, Bruce? So, is the picture clear?
Yeah.
Clear? So, it's a dog. Now, next, let's use another. Of course, our root word is harang. It means barricade or blocking the space or something. Okay? Nagharang ang tangkeng pandigma ng militar sa kanto ng EDSA at Ortigas. So, pardon me for my, well, I don't need to say pardon, but this was years ago, decades ago. I was thinking of people power revolution in the Philippines, if you know about that. I bet Bruce knows about that. And EDSA is a major thoroughfare in the Philippines. So, kanto for corner, intersection, Ortigas.
It's a busy intersection too.
Yes, busy these days, and even busier these days, and also busy back then. So Ortigas is a road running from west to east, and then whereas EDSA is the road running from south to north. So, and that is where Camp Crame and Aguinaldo is nagharang. So this object, this equipment, which is tanke or tank, pandigma, war. So pandigma for war. So this object nagharang ang militar. So nagharang ang militar. It's the military institution or administration who accomplish the action, nagharang ng tangkeng militar, ng tangkeng pandigma ang militar sa kanto ng EDSA at Ortigas. Yes. Hi twin, welcome. Yes, listen very carefully and I hope that I'm helping you practice your Tagalog. Okay. Next, let's proceed. You have no question, Bruce, about this one. So I was demonstrating humarang versus nagharang. Okay, next, let's move on. Another example that I would like to demonstrate, bumagsak. Bumagsak ang babae. In English, that means the woman fell. And this is the picture. The woman fell. Bumagsak ang babae. Okay, and then the other one is I'm talking about missile here. Okay, magbabagsak sila ng missile. Okay, they will drop a missile. Magbabagsak sila ng missile. I'm sorry for my example. It's I'm kind of not thinking of war, but because of this is the best thing that I can think of to demonstrate magbagsak and humarang and magharang. Okay, and I didn't we don't want war, don't we? Okay, magbabagsak sila ng missile. So you would think of something from above to be dropped. So magbabagsak is the word. Bumagsak is that for some reason the woman fell. So I would say bumagsak is really regardless of who, there is no question of what is the reason of the woman to fall. There's no such thing. Bumagsak as it is, you have the idea what happened. Whereas magbabagsak, you need something, some other extra information to express your what you're talking about. So that's the difference between magbagsak and bumagsak, and I hope at this point you are already able to draw what generalization or conclusion.
Bumagsak, you're observing the action.
Okay.
But with magbumagsak, they're like projecting what the action could be. They will drop the missile.
Please repeat what you said. Make it louder.
That with magbumasak, they're telling you what could happen or what's going to happen. They're going to drop the missile. But with bumasak ang bebe, you're just observing the action that had happened.
Yeah, I like that. I like what you like to say. You are just observing with bumagsak. Yes, that is a good point. You are just observing the action, whereas magbabagsak is there are accompanying details.
Yes.
Yes. I'm glad that Bruce is able to appreciate my content for today. Yay! Next, let's move on. No question from the audience. I would appreciate your questions, and also if it helps, and yeah, please tell us. Okay. Next, let's do another example. Next page now. Let's do this. It's the doctor and the patient in the picture. Okay. Let's have sentences. 2 sentences. This time our concern is gumamot. So, and then the other one, maggamot. So, siya ang gumamot sa akin. So, this guy, the patient said, siya ang gumamot sa akin. So, siya, he's referring to this woman. Siya ang gumamot sa akin. She treated me. Okay, how's my English translation? I hope it's nice. It's good. And then the other one, gusto niyang maggamot ng matatanda. So, we are talking of the doctor, this the woman. Gusto niya maggamot ng matatanda. She wants to treat old people. Yes. So, did you see the difference now? Gumamot versus maggamot.
It's still the same thing. The gumamot is displaying what the action was, like observing the woman falling.
Yeah.
Where maggamot is telling you what her intent was.
Yeah, that's right. You draw your good generalization. So, Bruce is able to follow the trend, bumagsak, gumamot, magbagsak, maggamot. Very good.
Observation or intent.
Good. Thank you for that. Yes. So Kelly says clap for Bruce. That's fun. Yeah, next. Good. A+ for Bruce. Okay. Next. But Bruce must be able to participate in a quiz. Okay. Let's do another now. I don't have much explanation, but let's see. And no sentences here. Umakyat. Akyat means go upstairs. Let's find out. Umakyat versus mag-akyat. Another thing, tumakbo versus magtakbo. Tumakas versus magtakas. Okay, listen very carefully, Bruce. Umakyat means go upstairs. Mag-akyat means to bring a thing from downstairs. So, like my example, if you were with me on a Saturday session 1, like Brandon, I said, mag-akyat ng tubig mula sa baba hanggang sa taas. Mag-akyat. Bring something while you are climbing upstairs. Mag-akyat. Mag-akyat ng tubig for water. Tubig. Mag-akyat ng tubig. Another thing, mag-akyat ng bigas because our rice is downstairs. There's no, I need to cook rice. Bruce, mag-akyat ka ng bigas. Bigas, you follow. Okay. Umakyat is just, I'm asking you to just come up. Whether you're bringing something or not, just come upstairs. Umakyat ka. Yeah. Okay, next. Tumakbo. Something, the same thing. Just observing the action regardless of there's influence or not. Tumakbo. To run. Or I would say, I would instruct you, tumakbo ka. You run. Or in short, people would say takbo, as short as that, takbo, so run. And then, but when you say magtakbo means to run away with something. Yes. That means, in other words, stealing, magtakbo. Yes, there's implied meaning that when you use the word magtakbo ng something, yes, so stealing, you like shoplifting or something, magtakbo, to run away with something. The same thing with tumakas. Tumakas is as simple as to escape, whereas magtakas, it means to run away with something. Same concept with magtakbo and magtakas. Did you get that? Yay. Good. Bruce is able to follow our verbs. Thank you. And next, do more examples. And yes, let's see. Magsapatos. Or there's, yes, magsapatos. There's no for magsapatos. There's no such thing as sumapatos, because the shoes cannot move by itself. So if you are coming from that concept that Bruce was talking about, observing, so there's no such thing that you can observe on the shoes being turning into a shoes. It can be possible that something will turn into a shoes. So that's why there's no is not applied on sapatos. Magsapatos, of course, it means go wear your shoes. Magsapatos ka. Yes, magsapatos. Let's do. Yes, that's why sumapatos is a question word. Or sometimes, there's no such word as sumapatos. Let's do another example. This is very common, always an example when I teach one-on-one or in group. Cook, magluto. Cook, magluto. And then sayaw, of course, dance. Magsayaw exists, yes. Mag is applicable on sayaw. And also is applicable on sumayaw. Now, Bruce, you able to understand magsayaw versus sumayaw this time? Sayaw for dance.
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce was able to get it. I don't need to explain more. Okay, and of course there is imperative and on sumayaw and magsayaw. And there's past tense, which is nagsayaw and sumayaw. Okay.
So can only be applied to words, to things that are capable of action, like the lady falling,
Yeah.
or something like that. But with shoes or other inanimate objects, would never apply to those.
Yeah, I like that. I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
So people, pets, wind, whatever, something that has action or is capable of action.
Yes, is applied.
Right.
Right? Yes.
But mug applies to everything else.
Yeah. Mag applies everything. Sometimes there's no sometimes there are, maybe later I will demonstrate when mag is not applicable, like dalaw, dumalaw. Maybe later.
Later. Yeah.
Okay. Now I think we are good here. Like magsundalo, no. Sumundalo, no. And sumabi. Like magsabi. There's no such thing as sumabi. Magsabi. Because sabi, tell. So your action, there's something else, somebody, second person to accomplish your activity, which is to tell. Let's move on. Yeah. Next. Okay, let's have another example. Bago magluto, nagsapatos muna siya at nagsayaw. Did you get this sentence, Bruce? Bago magluto, nagsapatos muna siya at nagsayaw. So in English you say before. Oh, my verb here is bad. I think this is before she cooked. It must be ed, not ing. I'm sorry about this. Okay. Before she cooked, she put on shoes. Or maybe before cooking. Maybe without she. Okay. So you guys, English speakers, before cooking, she put on shoes first. And then she danced. Okay, so now we don't pay too much attention on English grammar here. Let's focus on Tagalog. But I bet you know what I mean. Before cooking, bago magluto, nagsapatos muna siya at nagsayaw. That is how we want to say that. And another, to demonstrate sumayaw here. Magaling siyang sumayaw. So just the way she dance is good. She's good at dancing. Magaling siyang sumayaw. Iyon ang profession niya. It's her profession. Yes. So, Bruce was able to draw a generalization versus mag. And we are moving forward faster. Okay, let's
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button for Bruce. If you appreciate Bruce here, please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Okay, next. Yeah, and we don't go yet. I have more examples for you. And yes, of course, we have to conclude this topic. But yeah, like what I said, please hit the like button. And if between now and next week, please watch my old videos for more of Tagalog training. And we are on Facebook. Please, let's talk in the other side. Maybe later, not today, when we are done. Thank you so much. And then next, let's proceed. Let's proceed. And mag again. Turo means teach, right? Magturo, yes. There's no for magturo, which when you mean to teach, no. And the other one, there's turo also, which means redirect, point, turo. When I'm using my lips to point on something, turo also. And when I'm using my tip of my index finger, turo. So, but in this case, you will vary the tone or the accent, your stress, or there's glottal stop. Well, both. First, magturo, to teach magturo. There's a accent in the second to the last syllable, magturo. That is to teach. The other one, magturo. So it's fast. Magturo. Bruce, I hope you are able to follow that pronunciation. Please repeat after me, would you? Magturo.
I thought you were talking about Turons.
Turon. This is not Turon. We are talking about to teach and
I'm
to
thinking about fried bananas.
Later. I can do that later.
Fried
Turon.
sabak.
Will you say it? Magturo.
Magturo.
Yes, good. What's the other one? The other one is different. Magturo.
Magturo.
Yes, good. Magturo versus magturo. Right, this is magturo. The other one, magturo. Thank you. That's nice. And if you are curious of how to use
again, like shoes, sapatos.
Okay, zapatos, shoes.
Zapatos. Teach isn't capable of any action, because you have to supply the action.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So never applies.
With that to teach.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's other aspects.
You have to supply the action,
Yeah.
like you have to supply
There's
the action
recipient.
to the dancing of the shoes.
Yes. And then tomorrow is just you're talking about the action of this
Action of
your
the finger or
body.
the lips.
Oh, okay, and your lips. Next, another. Then I was talking about accent marks. Yes, I have a series of lessons for accent marks. That's why I would like you to get to me one-on-one. I am discussing this on one-on-one tutorial. Magturo and this how to read these accent marks and how to use these symbols. Oh, okay. Next, abot. Then there's two ways to say abot. Also, the other one is to reach for. Abot, yes, abot. It's fast, abot. The other one is abot, quite relaxed. The other one, get to a place or position. Abot, to reach for or to pass. Like if you are on a long table eating together with family and you want to grab for lumpia at the other or turon at the other end of the table, so you would say to the person next
No, they don't.
to you.
No, they don't.
Because it's delicious.
They say it fast.
Abot?
Yes. But when it's taken in context, like at the dinner table, then you know what it means because you're at the dinner table. And somebody says about.
Yeah.
Like your brother said about to me with fish that we had.
Yes, in the context itself, regardless of whether you say fast or no, and then abot, so you mean that you are referring to that thing.
Yeah, so they're not going to say it slow, or native speakers like you aren't going to say it slow in that kind of a situation. It's still going to be abot.
No, abot.
Yeah.
Abot. So I'm demonstrating how to use that. What do you mean by abot? So that means to reach for, or please pass it to me. Paki-abot. So please pass it to me. Paki-abot. And then the other one, umabot, is the other one. This is different. It means to get to a point. You umabot. You get to a point. Bruce is able to follow what it means. Very good. I don't need to use it in a sentence anymore.
Well, I'm done here. I'll see you guys. See you later.
No, don't go yet. We are not done. Okay. Kakakain ko ang turon. Actually, I envy her. It's Kelly. Kelly said she just ate turon. Kakakain lang ni Kelly ng
You didn't
turon.
give us any, Kelly.
Please send us turon.
Send us some turon.
Okay. Bruce is mad for not having turon.
Hurt.
Hurt. Okay. That's exciting. I will make turon later.
Okay.
Okay, next.
9:45.
Okay, no, are we? Okay.
4 pages.
Huh?
4 pages left.
4 pages to go. Okay, sabi. Let's make it faster this time. Okay, Bruce, you're able to follow. Magsabi, there's no such thing as sumabi. Okay, and then to tell, and then bukas. Bukas means open. Magbukas ka ng pinto. Magbukas ka ng potato chips. Open the bag of potato chips. Magbukas ka ng pinto. Open the door. And then the other one is bumukas. So how would you like to differentiate this magbukas and bumukas, Bruce? Bumukas. What is a good example? I hope that Brandon is still here. I've given him example how to use magbukas and bumukas. If Brandon was able to remember my example on this what instances when bumukas happened, and then magbukas. Bruce, you're okay? Good? Or do you want me to give my example
I'm good.
on bumukas? Okay, bumukas, just observe the action. It happened as it is. Next, buntis. How about this one? Buntis means get pregnant. Magbuntis. What about bumuntis, Bruce? What does it mean when you mean bumuntis?
This is a family show, baby.
Okay, really? You understand it? Magbuntis versus bumuntis. Kelly, did you appreciate my example? Magbuntis versus bumuntis. And it looks like Bruce is able to understand that. And the same thing with the word mag-asawa and umasawa. Okay, Kelly, I remind you, be careful when using and mag verb. Yes. Next time, okay, maybe that next time Kelly's comment refers to Ron. Yeah. Ano ba yan? Kelly said. Okay, now you know. Yes, magbuntis versus bumuntis. I don't need to say anything. Okay, I don't need to expand it. Yes, magbuntis, bumuntis, mag-asawa, umasawa. Bruce, go, okay? Good. Yes, next, let's move on. Yay. I'm glad that my students are able to follow. Good. Now we know what mag and does to the word, right? Good. Now let's do this generalization. Maybe just like what Bruce told us, I think this is what I like to tell you. Verbs are easily remembered when you think of the way nature moves. Umulan, umaraw, umibig, umiyak. So it's just an action by itself, complete, right? And then another thing, verbs are mainly internal in concept. That's what I like to tell you. The same thing as what Bruce told us, that it's you are observing it happen. So internal in concept, it can be understood by the word itself regardless of who acts upon the subject or who receives or affects the action, regardless. Okay? Bumukas, bumalik, sumayaw, gumamot, pumatay. Pumatay, kill, right? Pumatay. Next, about mag verbs, the second column, mag verbs are generally external in concept. Does it go with your observation?
Yeah.
External in concept. Very good. Magsayaw, magbaha, mag-aral, magbasa, magsundalo, mag-artista. Magsayaw, to dance, magbaha, to flood. Mag-aral, to study, magbasa, to read, magsundalo, to become a soldier, mag-artista, to become an actress or actor. Next, it requires participation with the environment. Yes. Magluto, because your cooking cannot be accomplished without the food, without the equipment. Magluto. Magbukas, so the action can be completed with something. The fridge, the door, potato chips in a bag. Good. Magbukas. Magbakod, yes, it can be accomplished because of the stuff, the materials that you need for the fence. Okay. Next, there is an affect or receiver of the action. Maggamot, to treat the patient. Maggupit, okay, and mag-alay, to offer. There is a recipient. Yay! Thank you so much. I was able to deliver this content, and I'm glad that people appreciate it. But yes, and if you want to advance, practice it like native speaker, I will be able to help you one-on-one premium classes. Or if not you, please tell it to your friends, family, or if you want to hire me as coach, we can do group, but please arrange your group, because it's hard, because it's nice if you are in group and you agree with what time you come together with me. Yes. And yeah, take note of how you are going to get information. There's the link down in the description. And what else? What else? And yeah, wrap up this time. And yes, you have no question. I'm happy that I'm receiving laughing faces. Okay, everybody's happy and comfortable. Okay, let's wrap up. No question, Bruce, before I go wrap up. No question from Bruce, and let's do. You were introduced to and mag verb groups, yes, and of course you were given some root words that affixes and mag accept, and you learned how to use and mag verbs in a sentence. And yes, this is the biggest takeaway, the nuance between and mag verbs. Yay! Are we done? Okay, next. Yeah, and yes, so far I have delivered all these prefixes, affixes in the right column, and I will be preparing lessons for you about more affixes later. But of course, maybe my next episode will be Tagalog conversation. Yes, about the continuing saga of a half Pinoy next week. Yeah. Yes, no question from you. Okay, what else? I think I have to say thank you so much. I appreciate you coming here, and I hope you will return. We will talk. It's fun. Thank you for keeping me company, and I enjoy it. And I enjoy Bruce's company here next to me. Say something, Bruce, before we go.
Let's go do that bumatas.
What? Okay. Okay, so I've got to go. Bruce wants to do something. Yay! Thank you so much. Is Naka and Maka the same? Oh. Brandon, if you will be with us tomorrow, we will talk about Naka. I can help you. Yes, answer it quickly tomorrow. Naka, Maka verb. Yes, I will be ready to answer that. Okay. Maraming salamat. Kita kids. Yes, tomorrow, let me remind you, there will be one group coaching tomorrow, Google Meet tomorrow. Please wait for the link on the other side, Facebook group. Yes, tomorrow. Okay, we will do that. And what else? No question from Bruce, and very good. Yes, I please tell me, Brandon, or please find time tomorrow, later tonight, your time in the Philippines. One group coaching tomorrow. Tomorrow, but that means later in the Philippines. Mabuhay, Bashri, did you just get in? I'm almost done. Please hit the replay button. Just replay, okay? I'm done. We've got to go. I'm sending love, healing, protection, light, joy, your way. Mabuhay. Maraming salamat po.
Like the video, guys.
Yes, please like the video. Hit the like button.